Yeah. Is that what everyone else is gonna be wearing?
I don't know.
I know the real dancers, they wear their tights over their leotard. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, like the real serious ballerinas.
Really?
Yeah. It's cute though.
They're tap
Those are
shoes.
tap shoes?
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I'm excited for you. Where did you get that little leotard from?
This website called Sodanka.
Sodanka?
Maybe it's Sodanza.
Oh.
At the beginning of this year, I wrote down 13 things that I want to accomplish in 2026. Okay, give me a move.
Flop.
I gave 12 of them to the universe, for the universe to take care of, and I left one for me, and that one thing is my responsibility. This list included some very simple things and some very grandiose things that when I look at now, I'm like, oh wow, you wanted to do a lot of things this year. I'm doing stuff based on how it sounds because I don't know anything yet.
Right. Tippity tap, toop.
Tippity tap, tippity tap, toop.
Close enough. Do you have like a recital or something?
I hope so. I love performing.
Where's your class? Grown-ups only?
Uh-huh. It's a ladies class.
Wow, and it's beginners.
Uh-huh. Intro tap and ballet.
Do you think everyone's gonna be dressed like that?
The one thing I drew for myself, for me to take care of, getting an agent. Now, when I wrote this, I don't know if I was being intentionally vague. I don't know if I was like, could be a writing agent, could be an acting agent, just get some representation, girl. But it is officially June, so we are almost halfway through the year. And to be honest, I've been putting off this goal because I know that I have a couple of festivals this year, and I was like, okay, well, let's just make something organic happen, like let them see me on the screen. I gotta play my song now.
What's your song?
That song from Anything Goes.
Oh, Anything Goes is what the song is.
Anything goes!
Stop, you're scaring Rue. I want her. Come here, Rue. She's terrified. Oh, she's enjoying the show actually.
Landing on Plymouth Rock, would land on them. In olden days, I once a stocking was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. Good authors too, who once knew better, words now only used for letters, writing prose. Anything goes. The world is fun now.
I don't know what exactly to expect at a lot of these festivals, but I do know that they are a time for meeting people.
Can y'all help me pay for their vet bill, please?
Of course.
Thanks. It was $303.
You need to work, girl.
I am working. More.
Once every few days.
Listen, I hate that I only get paid if I go to work. I hate that more than anybody. It really sucks when you get sick. It's the worst part of it all. But alas,
You need
it is what it is.
benefits.
It is.
You
what
need to
it
be
is.
applying to these agencies.
I don't really want to do that.
So I wanted to apply to some places that are local to me, local to Nashville, because I know that they're gonna have less competition than being in literal New York. I just feel like I had to take matters into my own hands. At the worst case scenario, at least getting all my materials together now will make me prepared in case I do meet someone and they're like, okay, do you have digitals? Do you have monologue? Do you have blah, blah, blah? This past winter, I did take a class that was specifically for getting like an acting self-tape presentation package so that anytime anyone asks me, oh, let me see some materials, like I have a montage of that. I also have more creative photo shoots that I think are really cool from an editorial standpoint. And in case anyone is like, oh, this girl seems cool, what is her vibe though? They can look at my Instagram and see how cool and fun and fresh I am. But what I don't have is just basic digital photos, which is what a lot of times they want you to submit to modeling and talent agencies.
You need what?
To apply to these agencies that I'm applying to.
She wants me to sell my soul to Hollywood.
I don't want her to sell her soul. I want her to take some pictures.
Sellers.
God forbid a girl doesn't expect to have to pay $303 at the vet.
Zoe has called you a model before. Do you have any interest in actually modeling?
No. I appreciate the compliments, of course. I've been told by many people that I should be a model. I don't feel super comfortable in front of a camera. And also, take this with a grain of salt. I think I'm way prettier in person than I am on camera. What's wrong with you guys? Modeling, it's not something that I've had like I don't have like a natural inclination towards modeling. Like, it's never been something that I personally wanted to do. I've always done it because friends are like, we should do this little thing. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Also, I have so many friends who actually want to be models and are like, I'm trying to pursue modeling, I'm trying to pursue this, that, and the third. And it's really hard. So I'm like, for someone who wants it that badly to have such a hard time getting into it, for me who like doesn't actually care, it's like, just feels kind of silly.
I was reading some of the requirements for these photos and I got a little scared because they were like, no makeup, all black, hair back. And I was like, ooh, that could very much be a disaster. But you know, I decided to lean more into my like androgynous side. Some of y'all are watching this now like, what the hell is this girl talking about? Listen. There are different types of attractiveness, right? There's conventional attractiveness, and then there's all the unconventional types of attractiveness. And I actually think in this moment, trying to be too conventionally attractive would cut against me. I do think I can play conventionally attractive, but at the same time, when I'm feeling the most fun, the most myself, and the most just like special and unique, and I would want to look at her, is when I am leaning more into, I don't know, just something else. Which, thankfully for me, is when I'm wearing less makeup and when I am, I don't know, just more bare, maybe even a little tired, like a little bit of eye bag. Like, I'm just like, I look at myself sometimes in that state and I'm like, wow, absolutely stunning, gorgeous, I've never seen anyone like you. Then you put on all this makeup and it's like, oh yeah, you look like everybody else. So I'm actually kind of excited. Do you remember when you took me to that talent agency when I was in middle school?
No.
You don't? It's like a formative memory for me.
Where was it?
Some hotel in Nashville. There was an interest meeting and we were late.
Oh, this sounds familiar.
We like did an interview and I remember the guy was like, you don't have an accent, that's great. You don't remember any of this?
Vaguely.
But then I think it was a scam because they were like trying to make us pay for classes or something. And that day my heart broke. Dream deferred. Y'all know that poem? It's a quiz. Who wrote it? I'm asking you.
Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye?
Isn't it from that
No.
book?
It's Langston Hughes, everybody. Rue, don't climb up the chimney. That said, you know, like everybody else, I have my days when I wake up and I'm like, oh my God. That's embarrassing. Literally anytime I get less than 6 hours of sleep, I'm like, and most people are probably like, you look the same as you always do. But as for me, I can tell. And you know, when you're taking pictures, that's actually the most important thing. How do you feel about how you look? All of that being said, when it was time for me to take my pictures, I wanted to make sure that I just felt as I possibly could with the slick back bun and nothing on my face. I went for a run. I always feel good after I exercise. And then I was just like, okay, we're just gonna fluff up the eyebrows and get in some nice lighting. I actually did like how I looked in the mirror. But you know how iPhone will like take a picture of you, be like, oh, that's so cute, and then the lighting immediately changes? Yeah. It was doing that, and that was really dampening my self-confidence. I won't lie to you, because I was like, this is actually just rude and disrespectful because I could look like that and you're making me look like that on purpose. So what I actually ended up doing was taking a video of myself. I changed the resolution, because you can do that, to be like super high quality, and then I just like screenshot different poses, and I actually think that worked out pretty well. I did get interrupted by some Jehovah's Witnesses. They asked me if I was a workout instructor. Morning.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. We'll keep you all occupied and get all set up. We're just visiting the neighbor today. What we're doing is I'm extending an invitation to everyone. Okay, thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You have a good day.
And I hope everything goes good.
Thank you.
So are you a workout instructor or what are you?
No, I'm just taking my passport pictures.
Oh, okay. So you're getting ready to go on a big trip?
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
are you going?
I'm going to Europe.
I have a friend that's going to Germany and Italy. I don't know if
Okay.
that's considered part of Europe.
I was like, God bless you. You'll want to leave this home. What is that?
My classmate's song.
Oh.
But she wasn't included on the most recent email they sent to the girls. So I'm like, Did she drop? Which would make me sad, because what if they replaced her with a boy?
Yeah.
And she was also brown. I wonder if birds like fight and stuff with their spouses.
Trust that your efforts will bear fruit.
What are you talking about?
My May card. I submitted to 5 agencies. Here's the thing about me. I'm always spiraling, okay? And I don't even really mean that in a bad way. I don't mean it in a crash out way. I just mean it in a very self-reflective way. And I can be self-reflective because I literally have 10 years of journaling, of regular, near daily journaling that I use to keep track of myself. Because sometimes you would really truly be amazed at how much you forget as soon as it's over. Even just looking back at some videos that I took while I was traveling a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh, we did that? Am I okay? Like, if I didn't write everything down, would I even know myself? I don't know. Somebody pick a color. I'm hearing red. On May 20th, 2017, I had a boyfriend. What else? September 23rd, 2017. Today, Vandy lost to Alabama 59-0 in football. It was such a terrible game, and it was so hot, ridiculously hot. I saw insert crush though. What's meant to be will be. I'm exhausted. Girl, don't even get me started. The point is, I was reading one of these journals from, I don't know, 5, 10 years ago, and my dreams are exactly the same. My desires are exactly the same. I have always wanted to be seen. I have always wanted to take pictures. I've loved using my body as a source of expression. Like, that's always been so important and valuable and fun to me, and something that I want to do on a larger scale. I truly am not new to this.
Zoe always had a vision. She was always like, guys, put on your best outfit. We're going to the playground to take pictures and videos. She had a lot of ideas about like running videos on that little, you know, those little flip cameras, those little white camcorders that were like that big. Did a lot of videos and photo shoots and had many dreams of being on Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. Thank God that didn't happen, but she was always a Leo. What can you say?
Yeah, sure, I'm pivoting to creativity, but also I'm just reversing. I'm backing up. We are going back to where we belong. When I was younger, I didn't really recognize my creativity as something special because I was just always in environments where everybody was doing it. In my elementary school, we had like 4 productions a year. It was just like what I did. And so I wasn't thinking, oh yeah, I am an arts person. I was just always doing it, and so was everyone else. So I didn't think I was special, even though, I don't know, I was the main character a few times, aka Eve in Adam and Eve, and the Nightingale in The Nightingale. So that's where my performance started, and then I was always in choirs, and then in college I was cheering, and I love being in front of a crowd. Go doors, even though literally who cares? I just love to be there, and I am going after that adrenaline right now.
I did a lot of stage performing starting when I was a teenager, doing like theater and musical theater and choir and show choir. I initially went to college for vocal performance. I thought that was gonna be my life, and then like halfway through my freshman year of college I developed like really debilitating performance anxiety for the first time in my life. I've always been like a nervous person, but it got to a point where I would like literally have panic attacks mid-performance and like I cried in front of my class one time, and I was like, maybe I need to pivot. So I did. I pivoted. I've had to slowly reintroduce myself to the idea of performing because I had such a traumatic end of that era of my life. And so it's a little bit tricky because I know I have like family members who are like, oh, I'm having this event, will you perform? To them, it seems like just a simple ask. But for me, it's like I have to dig really deep to not let the traumatic aspect of that completely overrule the entire experience for me. It's not something that happens overnight. In the future, I would love to be able to be on stage and not feel like I'm gonna collapse.
I was just watching some TV, one of those shows where there's like a sports team is like the main kind of thing or whatever, and I was watching these kids, they're supposed to be kids, high schoolers, like race around the field or whatever, and the crowd is literally going wild, and it's just you and your 10 besties on the court, field, wherever you are. Do you understand what's happening in your brain, right? Like, that is a drug-inducing high. That's something that is so hard to get after that time period, after you're no longer playing a sport or doing it, whatever it is you're doing, and your need for that as a human being, your need for that feeling, or at least your craving for it, it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away now that we're 30 and have jobs. I'm not 30. Nothing wrong with being 30. I'm not 30. It doesn't go away once you're 30 and have a full-time job. Now nobody looks at you. I don't even mean that in like a feminist way, but we could really get into that if I wanted to. But what I mean is, you go to work, you sit in your cubicle or your office, you drive home, or you walk home, or you metro home, you subway, whatever it is, we are so, everybody's like, okay, gotta avoid eye contact. I gotta avoid eye contact. You're like not allowed to make eye contact anymore. When your brain, your formative years, you grew up, everybody is staring at you and it feels amazing. And I don't know, I wasn't supposed to be talking about this, but that's what that show made me think. And I was like, duh. People act like it's a crime to want attention when it's literally human nature. And listen, I'm also a Leo, so I can admit that I want attention, and I don't like, you're not about to make a judgment value about that for me. So, you know, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not being a literal liar or a cheat, I don't care. Of course want your attention, and of course put yourself out there to get it. It's way worse, in my opinion, to want attention and not go after it. All that to say, I'm hoping to wow the talent agency year 2. An agent wants to interview me.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
From your online thing?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
You want to see the pictures that I submitted?
Yeah.
They were kind of ugly, but like in a high fashion way. Look.
It's not ugly.
Thanks.
Where's the agent?
In Nashville.
What, is it a company you know?
Yeah.
It's for acting, you said?
That's what I submitted for. Yeah.
When is it? Or do you have you?
It's tomorrow.
I hope it goes swimmingly. Oh, girl, chasing your tail on the stairs.
Stupid. What I expect to gain from being represented by an agency is access. There's really only so much you can do if you're not represented by an agency, because many castings, many calls, whatever, they go to agencies. They don't go to, you know, like a Backstage or an Actors Access or things like that. It's like if there were no Zillow and you had to go through a realtor to buy a house. And quite frankly, I am ready to get more experience. I am ready to be involved in larger projects. I love making my own stuff. I'm going to continue to make my own stuff, but there's so much learning that you can do by not being in charge. And so I want to be in a room where I'm not in charge, because this is not my project, and I want to, like, you know, put my ear to the door a little bit and be like, okay, yes, that's how you tell a gaffer to blah blah blah. That's who does that, that's who does those. You know, I'm gonna be in my actor mode, but I'm gonna be taking notes, because at the end of the day, she's a director. You know, like, that much is clear and obvious. But I do love acting, and I want to keep acting, and I want to be good at acting. So it's really 3 birds, 1 stone. My producers have also told me that it's time.
I don't have favorites. That's good. It wasn't on purpose. I've done everything in my power to not have a favorite, but my heart like triples in size every time I look at Rue.
My favorite's Midas, so it works out.
What has it been like performing your role on zoëlolatv and seeing yourself on your own screen?
It's always interesting to see yourself from someone else's perspective. The glimpses of myself that I see on the show, I'm like, that is so weird and random that like I talk like that, or that like I walk like that, or I do any of these things like that. We obviously don't perceive ourselves from the outside. I love watching the show. Sometimes I see myself and I'm like, oh, it's me! It's like when I saw myself on the episode of 911 Nashville for like a glimpse of a second, about 100 feet away from the camera. I was like, that's me right there. Pause, zoom in, that's me. I get like the same sort of thing when I'm like watching zoëlolatv. I'm like, that's me. Rewind.
My first festival is this weekend, which is it's actually not crazy at all. I've been looking forward to it for several months now, so it feels like it's about time. My producers are making me try on outfits, try on hair and makeup. They told me that I can go bigger.
sweet. Bro, I'm trying to be sweet. I'm trying to be sweet. Okay, fine.
Bye, girl. This first one in New York is going to be a little bit smaller than the one later this month, I think. But I'm excited for both. I'm excited just to learn. Like, I think it's going to be a great learning experience. Watching a ton of short films, getting some ideas cooking, and also seeing my friends, because Katie, my co-star, is a very good friend of mine. We became friends in acting class, and I haven't seen her since I left from DC, so I'm excited for that. And also her sister, who's a really cool director and co-directed with me. So I'm excited to see them, and I'm excited to be in New York. Listen, I know we just released an episode about how I love Nashville, but I'm feeling like I need to pick up the pace. I need some more energy. I need, like, where's the hustle and bustle? And, like, on my feet. I need to be on my feet, moving, zipping, zapping. A little bit more noise. I just need to feel the pulse of the city a little bit more, which is something that's hard to do when you're always in a car. Don't get me started. I think it'll help me really develop as an artist, just watching other people's art so many times in a row. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a busy few days because now I also have an interview with an agency tomorrow, which is great and wonderful. Other than the one that I did when I was like 11 years old, which I don't really remember. Never done this before. And I think I'm going to have to cold read. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to cold read a script, which, you know what, maybe I'm internalizing other people's nervousness too much about that, because when you think about it, it's literally reading. It's literally reading. And if you're like a good reader and you get into the character already when you're reading, okay, now just do it out loud. So I'm not gonna try to complicate things more than that. It's just reading. But, you know, fingers crossed. I'm hoping to hear back from a few or a couple more also, because, you know, I love having options. We got a lot of pans on the stove right now. We got a lot of pans on the stove. I actually just wrote an article about that, which hopefully the producers can put in the description. I had an espresso after dinner because I thought I could handle it. Next thing you know, I'm writing until 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, I just realized that a Gemini rising, there's no getting away from that. I just love having multiple things to do. I love being a writer, being an actor, being a musician, being a filmmaker, being everything under the sun, being a lawyer, being whatever. Like, I just want everything. I want everything. And I was like, you know, maybe if I had just decided to focus once in my life on one thing, I could literally be top shelf, whatever it is that I focused on. The amount of energy that I'm spreading around, if it were laser focused, there's no way I would not be the best at it, like in my industry or whatever. But because I'm so all over the place, I just felt bad. Like I was diluting myself and diluting my potential by doing everything under the sun. Like now I'm taking dance classes. I mean, to be fair, like I kind of frame things as, oh, I get this idea and then I do it automatically. That's actually not how it happens at all. I stew on things for a very, 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 very long time. I wanted to do ballet and tap since I was literally forever. Okay, or at least since I was like 20. That's like 6 years. That's a long time. I'm curious about things, and when the curiosity sustains itself for a long enough time, then I do it, because I don't like wondering what could have been if only. But now I'm doing that on the other side where I'm like, man, maybe if you really just stuck to the piano and only did the piano in your free time instead of 18 other hobbies, you would be a really good pianist and you would be playing at concerts. But at the same time, is that what I want for myself? I don't think so. I think everything has to feed into each other, and it will. I was reading my morning pages the other day. Well, I was reading all of my diaries, and I wrote something in October of last year where I was basically having the beginnings of these thoughts. They weren't fully formed yet, but I was like, I wrote the sentence, maybe all of my proficiencies will add up to something great. And that kind of calmed me down a little bit, because I was like, wait, that's kind of tea. That's kind of, is it true? I don't know. Maybe I'm the experiment about whether or not that's true. Being proficient and not great at multiple different things, can that make you great? Can that make a great artist? And listen, I don't want people telling me I'm great. Like, thank you, but I mean true greatness. I'm really good. I'm really good at a lot of things. I'm not great. Not great at particularly anything, except for like grammar, which who cares? I want to be great at a craft. I'm talking real fast. That's how you know it's Gemini season. I am welcoming all of the good juju from the universe and beyond. Is there a beyond?